look around at our forest and just give me some kind of an idea of what you're seeing as far as the size of trees. What are we seeing as far as the diameter of these trunks?
They're not very big.
They're not very big, but I also heard somebody say they're almost all the same size. So, detectives, what could that possibly mean went on here if the trees are all about the same diameter, many of them?
Disturbance?
Deforestation and then reforestation.
Okay, and what's this big tree right here?
Dead.
It's an eastern red cedar. Now, when you see eastern red cedars and you're driving along anywhere in the bluegrass, where do you usually see red cedars?
In eastern disturbed areas.
Open areas?
Open areas. Look at the size of this guy. Do you see them looking like that out there? And there's another one up there on the top of that rock. There's some more out here kind of scattered in, and they're all pretty good size. So, what was going on here? Now you know another clue about the past. What was happening here some years back? It was open. It was an open area, and cedars were in it as little guys, and now they're being overtopped, which is the natural progress of succession. So when you're out doing your field work and you're looking around to tell people about the quality of their forest and maybe a little bit about the history of their forest, if you don't have an old timer sitting in a rocking chair to give you the hints, you can kind of infer from your own work in the woods. What else is happening out here? All the trees are about the same size diameter. Well, there must have been some clearing that occurred here. And then the trees all came in at about the same time. And you've got these old cedars that were part of an open field at one time. And that's the thing we have to remember when you go on hikes in pretty much most of the state. It's been messed with more than once. You know, we talk about second growth forests, but it's really maybe third growth or fourth growth, because people have been cutting down trees as long as they've been coming to Kentucky. So just think about those kind of things when you're walking in the woods and you're thinking, God, this is just such a beautiful place. I feel like it's just pristine. Well, there's not too much of that. But this is a good recovery for this forest. And the thing that's really cool is that this was recovering before there was an influx of tree of heaven and princess tree. So the species you're seeing are native ones that got established. Forests now that have tree of heaven and princess tree around the fringes of them, if they're cut or if there's a windstorm that goes through, you're more likely to see regeneration of those invasives rather than the natives. So just food for thought.
Joyce,
Yes.
I noticed that since we crossed that little waterfall, that the forest floor changed from being fairly open to this grassy thing.
Yep. And what's going on here?
I'm assuming we're facing a different direction.
We are. What's our aspect? Anybody got their compass on their phones? Because I know you don't carry one of these, you modern young people.
Is north facing that way?
Which way is north?
That way?
North is over that way.
Okay.
So we're kind of facing south.
South.
And what do we talk about with south? You get more sun, which means dryness. It's where these cedars are still hanging on so well. You've got an understory here that has a lot of that grass in it. This is an interesting grass that only old people know the real name of this grass. Anybody know, even though you're young? I'd see old people. This is bottle brush grass. Anybody know what a bottle brush is? Well, if you were in high school and college when I was, and you were cleaning out your chemistry glassware, you used a bottle brush. If you had a baby, you cleaned out the bottles with a bottle brush. And it looked like this because it went down in the bottle and it scoured around. But I think that name is now an anachronism because only people who are 60 and above know what a bottle brush is. So you guys are going to have to invent some new name, like old lady said this was bottle brush grass. But that's what this is, and it's a grass that grows in these slopes with the thinner soils and more sunshine that we have here.
Joyce, what's the thick-bladed grass?
I think that's called diarrhea. I don't know the common name for that, but it is a really common grass in these bluegrass valleys. You'll see it on all these terraces.
Red Sado.